This podcast is a proud member of the UUOP network.
This is episode 687 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast for November 4th, 2025. Hello, everybody. I am Michelle, your host for today. And with me, I've got the whole famdamly, Tracy, Chris, and Lee. Woo. And it is time to finish our HHN house ranking numbers 5 through 1. And I'm so excited.
I'm going to give Tracy 2 minutes just to clarify why the hell she had all the ones as low as the rest of us did on the last ones.
Good idea.
Also, before that, can we have Tracy just say hi real quick?
Love you too, Chris. Hi.
Tracy's
Go
got
on,
We
get
alluded to this last week, so
the
people were
post-Florida
anxiously
lurking.
waiting to hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on, get it all out the way.
You sound amazing, Tracy.
Thank you.
It sounds
It's-
slightly better than it did this morning. I will give it that.
Oh, I was squeaking this morning.
Come on,
Okay.
justify
So-
your picks.
Why would I need to justify?
All of them.
What?
Not for me. I'm quite happy with the way I got
Just
them.
really briefly. Tell me, okay, your number 10 was
There's dolls.
dolls.
Dolls,
And
yes.
why?
I feel like I was missing something.
Like sets and
It
scare actors and...
it just didn't grip me. The thing is, this has been such a strong year that everybody's rankings are going to be all over the place and nobody's wrong because, like I said, strong year. For me, this one just didn't grip me as much as the others. The last run through was better. I did have a lot of run throughs where it was missing actors. We did seem to hit cast changes. One thing that I noticed every time I went through was anybody who was wearing an oversized head,
Oh, yeah.
they would jump forward, but they'd have to catch their head.
I have the same issue.
And it,
That's funny.
wow. And it was that then pulled me out of any storytelling. I'm not saying there weren't things in there I didn't like. I loved the 5-headed baby. I thought that was
I
so
thought that was
creepy
the one
and
you were
awesome.
alluding to, actually, for holding the head.
No, there was one where it was a big-headed doll.
That's too funny.
And then there was the one that was like the knitted doll, where there was, whenever it was strung up, he came round like
the
a U
spider.
shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like a knitted doll there, and that one's head actually fell off. So
Great.
yeah, so that's why that was number 10.
Well, let's move to number 9 in an effort to save your voice. So
Yeah.
number 9, you had the Wyatt Six.
Glad I watched the documentary because I got a little bit more out of it. Not a fan of WWE, so I had no emotional connection with this. I thought it was a well done house. Some very imposing scare actors, but I wasn't sure of what was going on because I don't have that connection. So for me, it was just people stepping out in front of me.
That's kind of what we said. It was. That's exactly how I felt
Which is
it was.
terrifying.
No,
It
it's
is.
just funny to hear that, like how you describe horror nights. People stepping out in
I
front
mean,
of
it
me.
is
It's like-
kind of...
People stepping out in front of
I
me.
can go to my local town centre for that. So
So basically, a Horror Nights house is judged on how quickly the people step out in front of you. Like a scarier house,
Yes.
they'd step out quicker.
yeah, maybe because I did get headbutted in one of the houses. It was quite funny, and the scare actor absolutely crapped himself.
Oh my god!
All right. Well, if you want as people stepping out in front of you, then why in the world is Jason Universe your number 8? Because there were a hella lot of Jasons jumping out.
There was.
But it was all the same Jason.
No, it wasn't. They were all different.
Well, there were different actors, but it was just Jason.
Yeah.
Jason doesn't do anything. He just stands there and looks like Jason.
I mean, she's not wrong
I mean, yeah, it's people stepping out in front of you.
And it's
with the
kind of
hockey mask on.
Yes. Actually, I think that was mine and Chris's like exact words when we came out of the house during media night was, well, that was Jason.
Yeah.
And Jason.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jason.
yeah. I mean that because this soundstage, there's always that problematic middle area, isn't there?
Which
Yeah.
I thought we said
And
they
they-
used it pretty well.
They
this time.
did. I think they really did, and that was the point with Jason's mother, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, and honestly, one of those actresses was, as the kids say, chef's kiss. She absolutely worked her backside off with that role every time I saw her, and she's what saved it from being lower down.
I told you.
Jason didn't.
Yep.
Jason's the
No.
reason it's lower down. But I'm not a fan of the franchise.
No, even though we watched them all.
And also, you can tell it wasn't actually a real Jason thing because there's no boobs in it.
I mean, that is true. There's a ton of boobs in the
Just
movies.
shadows. Just shadow boobs.
Yeah.
What numbers are we on to next? 6, 7?
7.
Number
6,
7, you
oh.
had Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yes. Again, another one, no emotional connection to. I've seen the movies a couple of times. They were
Movie,
okay.
there's only one.
Well, the movie. I've seen the movie a couple of times. It was okay. I thought Goosebumps was better. And honestly, I was blown away by that initial stage with. Well, we've kind of discussed it, haven't we, Lee, where we think 1 was an animatronic and 2 were puppets potentially.
Yeah, because a friend of ours was working as the Chica one night in that house.
Yeah, I'm pleased I've done it and said I really appreciate the sets and those puppets because they're phenomenal. But I could only name Freddy and Cupcake. Is that what he's called? Cupcake? The
And
Cupcake.
Chica, yeah.
Oh, and Chica. It's kind of like I couldn't walk through and tell you what was what.
Yeah, apart from Freddy, yeah. We know who Freddy is.
You know, but I did think it was a gorgeous house. But
Yeah.
there wasn't. I mean, I can't even think of any great scares in there.
I mean, that tells you all you need to know about that house.
I know I'm dead inside,
Yeah.
but
No, I know, but you can appreciate. Like, we don't get scared, but you can still appreciate the art of the scare. The art of the scare. Do you
This-
get it? There was a pun there.
Hey, this is why my 5 through 1 is 5 through 1, and then 6 was Fallout.
Yep.
Which is where I feel it should be, middle of the table. I enjoyed the series. I briefly played some of the game years ago. It's made me think about picking the game up again, actually. But for me, it hit all the points in the TV series. We had some really good runs through of it.
We did.
And interactions. I enjoyed it. And yeah, that's just why it's middle of the table, because I enjoyed it, but there was stuff that was better.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's move on from the lower end and let's go to our top 5. All right. Let's start with Chris. Chris, what was your number 5?
Number 5. All right. So I alluded to this last week where my 5 and 6 were weird where they're at. So number 5, I have Five Nights at Freddy's.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. So it's higher. It's way higher on the list than I want it to be, or that I thought I'd put it. I know contradictions here.
That's a very weird statement to make.
I said this. I haven't seen the movie. I've seen I know of it, like Five Nights at Freddy. I've seen like some streams of it. Never played it. It's not my thing. But I understand it. Right. That aside, I don't really have an emotional connection to the house, and it just tells a story of killing. I'm not giving it justice on why it's number 5. The reason why it's ranked so high on my list is because I really appreciate the animatronics and the set piece and the way it looked. I thought the intro was really cool. Like the first run through that we did was perfect for what it is.
Yeah.
And I appreciate the parts of the whole rather than the whole itself.
I mean, that's what she said.
Wow. Wow.
I can't come back from that.
That was a pretty good one there.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's. I have this at 5. I thought the animatronics were like just so incredible
They were.
that it just bumped it high. That aside, the house is has some cool pieces to it. I don't know why the hell I have this at number 5.
But
To
me
be honest with
either,
you, I'm
to
just
be fair.
there.
Because there
It's
were
weird.
things that were worse.
Was there though? It
There were
doesn't sound
things
like there was.
For me, there was. I guess I just really, really enjoyed the animatronics more than anything else, and also even the ones that weren't animatronics and they were puppets.
Yeah,
They were done. They did it so well.
they did.
That it felt like animatronics.
Yep.
And if you really didn't look into things, you would think that most of that house was animatronics. And also that kill towards the end, for us, it was like an old man where, he gets pulled in and his throat cut. I thought that was incredible.
So that's the character. So I know the actor who plays that character in the movie, and I'm still planning on getting him on the podcast at some point because he said he would come on. But that's the character. I know the guy who played him in the movie.
Won't ruin the movie.
Tracy, what was your number 5?
My number 5 was Grave of Flesh.
Damn.
That high up?
I actually am annoyed at myself that it's that low. But
Oh, Oh,
Listen, we didn't want you talking too much on this episode, but now you have to. Because what's going on, Trace?
What do you mean? It was an awesome house.
this is such a divisive one.
She didn't hear our conversation in the last
she
episode.
didn't.
I didn't.
That's why I didn't get involved in it either. 'Cause if you noticed, I haven't said it yet either.
What's wrong with you two for
Oh,
being so
geez.
loathing? 'Cause I'm assuming you had this on last show.
Oh, we went
Wow.
into
Tell
it.
us why it was so high. Like, what did you like?
It told a linear story.
Not according to these two, it
It
didn't.
did. Basically, you at the beginning you die because you end up seeing your own gravestone. You as you lower it into the ground. You're walking through. You basically meet the other inhabitants who are also buried in the cemetery. So you're making new friends. What's not to like? You know, it's just a.
Explain the end was their issue with it.
Wait, why
Remind me of
are
the
they
end.
so short?
Why are you so
Why are all
short?
the?
People come in all
Why are
sorts
the
of
monsters?
sizes.
I agree, but why did they only show us one size?
Because that's
Because
how
one
big
size
they all
fits
are.
all.
They're underground. They can't be too big.
Oh,
What was it? Remember
They
the
didn't
ending?
understand why there was steps going up, and then that weird. I must admit, I didn't understand where that weird creature was
What's
from
all
at the
that
end.
concrete stairs part about?
like you're in a
know.
house with stairs going up and down, but you're already dead in the beginning, and you're underground.
Well, maybe you don't know whether you're going to heaven or hell.
But you're already in hell because you're getting eaten, no?
No, you're not in hell. You're just underground.
just
at that
buried.
point.
Underground.
You just
Maybe
buried-
it's a
you just
basement.
need
Maybe
grave.
that's what that is.
In the testicles.
Basements.
We accidentally
How did it write the
burrow
story?
ourselves
Limbo.
into a basement.
Yeah,
It's limbo. It's where we're supposed to meet Jesus right there when he sends
There
us
it
up
is.
or down, right? Okay.
perhaps. I mean, I did feel we could have had a person on a bungee over those steps. That would have, but I don't know what their role would have been. I just really enjoyed it. I don't know. There was just lots of things. That was the one with the crackly corner, wasn't it?
Oh, I loved
I
that.
don't know what it was.
Yeah, I
I
loved
loved
that.
it, and it had a great because
The
you got
what?
you got
So there was, you walked around the corner, there was like a sort of rectangular window on the side that had like these like flashing lights, and it was all like crackling and stuff. I didn't know what it was there for, but it was super cool. I loved it
well,
too.
I know it was there for. It was a distraction because then you turn
Yeah.
around, somebody's in your face.
But I like that.
But I really
It's
like
near
that.
the testicles.
It was just after the testicles. The
I
fir-
missed that.
The first one was what did I call it? The forbidden kebab.
Michelle has no
Okay,
idea.
wait. Okay, wait. So far we've got a crackly window. We've
Yeah.
got
Testicles.
glowing testicles, and we've got a concrete staircase that goes up and down.
Mm.
Tell me how any of that is a cohesive story.
Why does it need to? We've already had this conversation. It doesn't
Because-
need to be a
But
cohesive
no,
story to
those
be a
were
good house.
those were Tracy's words.
Because-
She said that there was
Oh,
a
she did say there
cohesive
was a
story.
Yes,
cohesive
because
story.
you enter the graveyard,
Mhm.
the mausoleum, and then
Yeah, that's the
You're-
easy bit. It's the rest of it.
and you're warned by the caretaker.
The dead are restless tonight.
Yes, and then obviously you die or are killed,
Yeah. Right.
and you're buried,
Mhm.
and then you descend into the ground
Right.
with all the bits coming out the ground. You know, testicles
I
and
get
things
that.
like
Yeah.
that.
And creatures
Test-
eating
so
you.
testicles
Yeah.
are just part of the ground.
Yes, of course they are. Well, where else did they go when the people die?
That's true.
And then
So where were the
What about the
vulvas
green
then?
door? What about the green door, Trace?
That was the vulva.
That was the crackly window.
yeah,
So you enjoy the pieces instead of the whole. Got it.
Yes, of course. I agree.
yeah, there was some good double scares in there. Not that they actually got me, but
They're really on you this week because I didn't get this crap when I was telling once that
I know exactly why Chris is on me. He wants my voice to go squeaky.
No. Well,
Yeah.
apparently
Yeah.
Lee has this a little bit higher. So
But I
I
just
never said I had it a little bit higher. I just
thought you said
said
you didn't
it
say
was
it
in
yet.
my
You
top
already said
5.
Grave
I
of Flesh?
haven't said it yet, and I haven't done my number 5 yet.
okay.
all
then
right. Okay, so
Michelle,
that being
hold
said,
back a
Lee,
bit.
Lee,
Yeah.
what is your
Hang on.
number 5?
Michelle hasn't. Tracy hasn't finished
I was
yet.
just going to say, and
I'm
I
sorry.
never got a bad run through of that. I got just about every scare, every run through.
Okay.
So I always had an eye on perfect run throughs. So yeah,
Yeah.
I
All right,
liked
so that
it.
being said, Lee, what is your number 5?
As I said, I have not mentioned Grave of Flesh yet. My number 5 is Galkan.
Damn.
Jesus Christ. This would be higher.
What?
God.
Chris,
God.
what is happening?
Dude, did you just like flip our house ranking?
I
the
think I'm
opposite
messing.
way?
And genuinely, Galcom was my number 5. So we did watch throughs last night of all of these
I am
houses
shocked
again
that.
to solidify where I had my rankings. And Galkan is a much more cohesive house with better set pieces, but a certain one just hit me a little better with this one. Galcom was awesome. I agree. I was expecting a Yeti, like the next evolution of the Yeti house, like the Chupacabra meets the Yeti. That's what I was expecting. We
Yeah.
didn't get it. And I think that's more on us than what they gave us. But I love the scare actor at the beginning that you guys said you never noticed the woman who was getting her revenge because her glow in the dark contacts were awesome.
It was like blacklight reactive, wasn't it? She was so cool.
Good. The Wicker Man section in the middle of it was awesome. The big like demon head thing that was in there as well was cool as.
I don't know what it was. I was calling it a haunted house.
I know, but it was cool. It was the sum of its parts were great. It just didn't hit me as a whole, if that's where we're going. But I really enjoyed it. And again, I think I only got to go through this 3 times. So when we went with Chris and all that group, it was the only house we didn't hit on that last night. And I really wanted to do it again because that was the one I still hadn't fully decided where I wanted it on my list. But after watching... I actually flipped this on my number 4 round last night, watching these walkthroughs. So yeah, I'm putting Galkin at 5. I really liked it, but I think there's 4 better houses.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And you know what one of them is, and I don't think either of you like it.
Yeah,
I'm just boiling on the inside.
All right, well, let's do my number 5. I think I'm going to get some pushback from this one, but my number 5 is Hatchets and Chains. Not because it's bad, just because there's more that I liked a little bit more.
That's fair.
Hatchets and Chains to me was the comedy house of the year. It was funny. There were some really funny parts. The woman as you're walking in, like the woman that's right at the front of the facade, was funny. What was her line? I have brain fog right now.
Take his soul. Like they looked dead Chris in the eye when we did it both times.
Both, yeah.
Damn, it was funny, and I can't think of it. I know somebody out there's screaming it at their phone right now. It's blah,
head
blah,
on
blah.
over to our Instagram page. You'll find the video.
Yeah, that's true.
Everything she said.
It's on our.
There you go.
I haven't put it on our TikTok yet, but it will be.
Yeah. So anyway, this was the comedy house. It was funny. There was really cool sets. Chris's picture is in there, which automatically puts it in the top 5 for
I'm
me.
still not sure it's
Michelle, please defend this right now because go Lee. What are you going to say?
I don't think it is. I think it just
He says it looks nothing like me.
And I didn't say it didn't look anything like you, but if you took a picture
He's
of
just
anybody,
jealous it wasn't him.
If you took a picture
That's
of
right.
anybody and put a big mustache and a big black beard on it, it would look like Chris, especially when he's got a hat on.
That is not true.
Not true.
Not true.
Wow.
I want
That's
my
like me
royalties.
saying that's
now.
like me saying any bald man with a British accent automatically looks like Lee.
Yeah, well,
Like,
that's
that's
like
not
if
true.
someone said, so you tell me if you're in the park.
To be fair, every
and you
bald
see-
bearded guy does look very similar, but that is not the situation.
It's true though. The amount of times I have seen a bald Hispanic guy with a big black beard in the parks and gone, Chris is it? Oh no, it's not Chris.
No, I haven't done that ever.
Whatever.
And anyway, we were walking through this house. The first time I walked through it was on media night with Chris, and I was in front of him. And I walked past that part, and I was like, huh. And I pointed it out to Chris. I was like, Chris,
Thank you.
is that you? And he was like, what the
Yeah.
But no, it was hilarious. That was hilarious to me. It was just kind of the fun Slaughter Cinema spinoff house, and it did its job right in the middle of the bunch for me, where it was funny and had a few good laughs and scares combined. So yeah, that's my number 5.
Cool.
All right.
Yo deseo ir a México.
Where can our vacation wizards take you? Just tap the port key at portkeyvacations.com and let the magic begin. Moving on to number 4. So, number 4, let's start with Tracy. What is your number 4?
My number 4 is Hatchet and Chains.
Wow.
Okay.
What you wowing at?
That it's that low down.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? So I had to go lower then because only dogs could hear me. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, what's not to like? From literally outside, one particular actor in particular was
Yes.
outstanding. A male person in a female role, he was phenomenal. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was scenic. It had everything. It had I love that fireplace where you got the demon, and on the chains being pulled, but then you go around the corner and there's hatchets.
Yeah.
No, that would be
sorry, they're
chains.
chains. Sorry, yeah. And there's like interactive elements as well, like not button push or anything, but where you could react to the characters and they'd react back, and it was just, I loved it. The things like,
Not enough, obviously.
well, no, there were things I loved more. I really liked that midsection with the train effect.
That was awesome. Yeah.
and it just tied
that
it.
was so
It
amazing.
really was.
And who doesn't love cowboys? Who doesn't love like spooky stuff? It's just a yes, more please, more. I would love to see that house return over and over, because I think where they could go with those stories is just phenomenal. I did appreciate the skinned horse thing in the middle as well. I quite
Yes.
liked that.
What I
thought it
loved-
was cute.
What I found out about Horror Nights this year is going later in the run, the actors really learn their roles more, and you can have so much more fun with them because they're so used to the timings at that point. They know what time they've got to be able to play around in between. And we had so much more one-on-one interaction with scare actors in the houses this year because of that.
That is true. I never thought about the downtime in between
Yeah.
the triggers. Like that's a good point. Huh. All right. So Lee, what is your number 4?
So as I said, I still have mentioned that house that no one else likes. So my number 4 is Grave of Flesh.
Boo.
This could have been much higher. If we'd have done this after night 2, at night 2, Grave of Flesh was way higher in my ranking because we just, like Tracy said, it just seemed to hit it right every time. And it was so low down on my hype list. I think I had it at number 10 because it just sounded generic as hell and it sounded crappy. And that first run through blew me away. It was so rammed with actors. I don't get it. This is what I was saying about having Galkan. Galkan, watching the walkthroughs again, is more grand. The set pieces were bigger, and it just the parts were awesome. This just came together it just hit me in the right spot. We, like Tracy said, we never had a bad run through it, and we went through it about 4 or 5 times because it was right there after getting out of Terrifier, and it never had a particularly long wait. I remember coming out of Terrifier the first night we did that. And it was like 10 minutes. So it's like, it's rude not to jump in. So we did it quite a lot. And I don't know what it was. I love the creature design, quite honestly. I even like the sort of like skeleton ghosty guys I thought were really cool. That crackly window was pretty awesome. The testicles were good. The music like that one. That's the first time Tracy's ever heard me. The testicles are awesome.
Testicles were awesome. Oh my god. That's good on
Somebody
your
please,
headstone.
actually, the Coopers will grab that audio.
Yeah.
Can somebody make that a clip, please?
I have no idea what that weird creature was at the end, but it was cool. Again, I had a ton of interaction with that. There was a similar set piece in another house I'm sure we're all going to talk about much later. I had a ton of interaction with whatever that. I have no idea what it was meant to be. It was like an alien. I think we descended into
Oh, you mean the
like weird creature that was on there.
rave?
Like, but I don't know what that was about, but it was super cool. The music was
Yeah.
awesome. It just really ramped you
I
up
don't
towards
know. I don't know how you describe it. I did a
the end of the house.
Yeah.
It was just
double chest at him. It was
look, I get it. I get why a lot of people would think it's a crappy house. It just hit us right, and that was all it was. It just, I think because my expectations were so low, that I came out of it like, that was awesome. And then it helped that one of our third runs through, we were complaining about the graveyard keeper at the beginning. The guy who we'd seen 2 or 3 times wasn't even lip syncing with the words. And we went through at like 1 o'clock in the morning, and the guy pops out and he does his line, the dead are restless tonight. And I was like, that really looks like Kenneth's roommate, Kyle. But I haven't met him enough to know it was him. So then we get around the other side and he pops out again and does his line. And I'm like, that really looks like Kyle. And then we get out of the house and there's a message in the network group chat from Kyle saying, Lee and Tracy Malaby, that was me.
which made me realise that he was still in the house
That's
working.
hilarious.
It was absolutely brilliant because I
So
don't.
somebody didn't get their scare because he was too busy
Yeah.
texting us.
Because I've only ever met him once, so it's like it looks like him, but I'm not 100% sure. And the fact it was him was awesome because then we went through on another run and we're like, it's Kyle again, and he did like a double scare on us.
Yeah.
It was awesome. So
But
that
that's-
helps
That's
as well.
cool.
But also shows how
Yeah.
loudly he actually is, because that wasn't a quiet house.
No, I don't know. I get it. I get why people would hate it, but it just hit all the right spots for me.
That's too funny. And Chris, tell me if I'm wrong, but like just hearing them describe why they love it just furthers my opinion of it, where I'm like, what are they even talking about? Like even their description is making zero sense. Like
I forgot about that weird like
alien
blade style alien thing at the end.
Well, I don't care.
Who doesn't like an underground rave?
Looks cool. Everything is cool about that room. I agree with you.
But makes no sense.
But it makes no sense.
But it literally makes even less sense.
Yeah,
you're
right.
I get it.
Too
Good
funny.
things don't have to make sense.
No, I loved it.
Right. So last week it was me and Audrey, Audrey's boyfriend, Krissa, and Krissa's best friend, who Krissa's best friend had never been to Halloween Horror Nights, doesn't do like horror or even like local haunts. So she was like one of those that was really fun to be with through a house. When she walked through this one, she was like, okay, that one wasn't bad. Like she wasn't even scared in that one. So I don't know.
A couple of scares in
I
this one,
also like how, so Lee, you said something, I don't know if you picked up on it, where like we always came out of this house and Grave of Flesh had no line,
I get it. I know
so we
you-
have to go through it.
Yeah.
Like, let me give it a sympathy walkthrough real quick.
But that's not the case, right? So going back to, I don't know how Michelle feels about it. Her first year is probably a different one, but there was a house at Horror Nights 25 that never had a long line, and it was one of our favourite houses that year, and that was Run, Blood, Sweat and Fears.
It was awesome.
And I loved that house, and it never had a long line. So this is why we have menus. This is the whole point of why they have the houses that they have.
100%. Yeah. And we talked about this last week, where it's like you can have two people go and have literally opposite lists.
Absolutely.
Like we do
And that's
right
what I love
now
about
on
it.
some spots.
Yeah.
Because it resonates with you. You like it and that you get a kick out of it. That's what it's there for.
I love the fact that there's two houses on mine and Tracy's list that we've got way down, and two houses on our list that are way up, that are the opposite of you guys. And you're like, what the hell?
I know.
Weird, isn't it?
I love it.
It's like you must have gotten like the A cast both times going through, and we got the B cast or something. I don't know.
The cast, maybe.
And the other way around.
Maybe, yeah. So, all right. So let's do my number 4. My number 4 is WWE Presents Horrors of the Wyatt Six.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Wow.
I'm proud of you, Michelle.
I'm surprised in myself. I actually
Can you defend that, please?
I will try. I will try to do a better job than Lee and Tracy did at defending Grave of Flesh.
I don't need to defend it. That is my opinion, and it is how I am going to stand here, and it is what it is. I don't care what you...
You're allowed to have a wrong opinion, Lee.
Yes.
Exactly.
Okay.
I know.
So Wyatt Six, I do not like WWE, like at all. I tried to watch the documentary, and it was boring as hell.
Wow.
I finally watched...
Wow.
Yeah, I
Chris
tried...
is bawling
hold
by
on.
the end of
I
it.
watched the first like half of it, and it was boring as hell. I finally watched the second half, and I was like, okay, that's sweet. Regardless of how far into watching the documentary I was, every single time I went through this house, whether it be in the beginning of the season or last week, I really enjoyed it. I didn't... Like, I'm not a huge fan, obviously, of the whole Wyatt Six whatever, but take away the WWE part completely, and it was pretty cool. Like this family of creepy people. I'm game, right? Like I like that idea. I liked the costumes. I liked the actual 5 characters. They were really cool.
They were.
I liked Uncle Howdy. He was hilarious. He I don't know about you guys, but he was very interactive every single time I went through that house.
I'm going to be
Whether
honest.
it
I
be
don't
with
know which...
me,
I don't know which one he was.
I don't know which one he is.
the main guy.
The one with the top hat on and the masky thing.
Yeah.
Did they all have like
Isn't that
hats and
I'm
masks and
using the
dreadlocks?
right name, right,
The
Chris?
first one. The one with the lantern.
That was, the guy that you start the house with.
With the lantern.
Yeah. With the lantern. Yeah. So every time throughout the house that he popped out, he would if he scared you, he would make fun of you afterwards. And it cracked me up. He would one time with, I don't remember if it was Chris or Tatum, one of them got really spooked. And so he came out the next corner. It was one of those double scare things. He came out and he was nah, 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 putting his hands on his head, nanny, nanny, boo, boo, and pointing ha, 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 ha. It was hilarious. And then all the other characters were really cool and fun. I liked that one little concept of Bray Wyatt existing in the house with the presence of his empty chair, that was really cool. Like that was, even me not understanding or being a huge fan, understood the sentimentality behind that. And I thought it was a really cool tribute, not just from Bray Wyatt's family, but also from Mike Aiello. Like that was really cool, the way that they represented him. So I liked it. I enjoyed that it had a little bit of sentimentality in it. I enjoyed that it was something that was adored and longed for by one of HHN's biggest names, which would be Mike Aiello. I love what he did with it. I loved a lot of the effects, like you said, the lantern, all of the use of the smoke and the mist and the interactive elements that the actual scare actors did, at least in my run throughs, just made it fun. So yeah, that's why it got so high up on my list.
To each their own.
Yeah.
Well, no, man, it wasn't love for me because I didn't enjoy it. Just
same reason we all had it there.
It has to be somewhere. I appreciate, like, I agree with everything that Michelle said. I think it's a great way to honor his legacy, because after watching that documentary, the man was a genius.
You weren't bored.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't bored. I loved that documentary. It made me understand WWE as well, actually.
I think I would have understood it more if I hadn't have slept through the whole Firefly section.
And that was, I feel, probably the most important part.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really enjoyed the characters that he created. Like the characters themselves were cool to me. Like those are, if I could create a horror character, that would be similar to that vein. So I don't know. I liked it. All right, Chris, what was your number 4?
My number 4 is El Artista, A Spanish Haunting.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, so
Alexa's been talking in his ear too much.
what? Putting it low or higher?
Putting it low. I remember the conversation we had going into this house.
Well, I can honestly tell you, this bumped up much higher on my list.
Wow.
Like from the bottom half. Oh, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and this was more so because the last run, refresh my memory, right? That last one that we did together, it was like a phenomenal run, right?
It wasn't bad. We missed the gargoyle, and I think that was it, and the rest was pretty good.
No, you missed it then, because I think I was pointing it out to you. I'm like, dude, check it out.
Yeah, but he didn't swing across. He was kind of hiding because you were looking, waiting for him to come out, and he didn't swing across the fountain room. We saw him as he went in the first room, but then when we came round and went into that big open courtyard with the fountain in, he didn't swing across.
Yeah. Either way, it was much lower on my list. I honestly thought the house was kind of boring the first couple of run-throughs that I did on there. I get like what's happening and, the pages kind of coming to life and all that, but it just didn't stick. I don't know why. And I really wanted it to. I'm glad the last run that I did on there, that one kind of hit me a lot better than all the other ones, and that brought it up a little bit higher. But yeah, I think the set design on this one is incredible.
Yeah,
I truly appreciate that. You can tell that they really poured their heart and souls into this one, with all the details that were in there. But from an overall, kind of what I got out of it, it just wasn't that great until, again, this last run. So
interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, shout out to Dylan Cole. I think again that was his house. So going back to Blood Moon, Dead Man's Pier, that's his legacy, and this was another one along those lines. 100%.
I mean, it has the vibes of that.
Yep.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Moving on to number 3. Lee, start us out.
Oh God, I'm not prepared. My number 3, funnily enough, is El Artista, A Spanish Haunting.
Oh.
I really struggled with this one because of how much I loved Blood Moon and how much I loved Dead Man's Pier. I felt like this should have been higher because this is the statement for Horror Nights this year of how beautiful a Horror Nights house can be. But I agree with Chris on certain. It was just lacking a little something, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is. The gargoyle scare was awesome. I loved again that you could see through the house, like Blood Moon. One of the biggest things for that was, and there was a lot of houses like that this year where you could see other parts of the house as you're walking through it, so it makes the space feel like a real space. So you can see through into where that big fountain courtyard is. The best scare in this house was, and we only saw it a couple of times because the actors who were doing it didn't always do it the way it should be. So when you walked around the corner and into where that fountain is, there was a wooden fence, and it had like an upright beam, and then the fence going around it, and there was a scare actor dressed in wisteria. And the first couple of times we went through that scare actor pushed right up against the corner of that fence, so it looked like it was part of the fence, so you couldn't see it was a scare actor, and it scared the out of me the first twice that we went through that house. But then the last couple of times they stood back so you could see it was a person, which was a shame. The facade, I mean, best facade of this year, 100%. It was a beautiful house, but I think sometimes these houses focus too much on the set design and everything and kind of lack a little bit in everything else. And again, we've all said it, we don't really get scared anymore, but you still appreciate the scares that are in the houses. And this had a couple of decent ones, but for the most part, it was more about showcasing what Horror Nights can do as far as set design goes. And for that reason, it had to be higher up on my list, just purely for that. So there you go, number 3.
Okay. Next will be me. Okay, my number 3 is Jason Universe.
Wow.
There's literally only one reason, and that's because I got a lot of jump scares in this house. A lot. That's fair. I'm not a fan of Jason at all. I agree that it was just Jason. Yes, I understand. There was no creativity whatsoever other than their usage of space with that middle section that we've all mentioned. But I got a lot of jump scares. I liked that there was such a big staff of scare actors in this house. It felt like I couldn't get away from the scares, which I love, especially the end when you're walking through that hallway and they're literally it's such a narrow hallway you can't escape, and there are Jasons jumping out like constantly. That was really cool. That's the only reason why it's up as high as it is.
Yeah, I can understand.
It has to have the record for most scare actors in a house.
Probably, yeah.
At least from what we've experienced, yeah.
And and this is kind of like the theme of all of my critiques is that I want the adrenaline rush, and I feel like I'm starting to lose that again. I don't know if that's HHN softening or if it's me toughening. Either way, whenever I do get that adrenaline rush, that dopamine hit, I remember it, and so that house did that for me.
Because you're craving those early years of Horror Nights again, and it's kind of saddening that you're getting to the point of the rest of us where the rest of us are.
Congratulations.
Well,
you just described drug use.
Right. Yeah. I need the harder stuff now.
Yeah.
I really just want to go back to like the simplicity of the earlier. And again, I've only been going for 10 years now. This was my 10-year anniversary, guys.
Wow.
Yeah. But I just want to go back to like where the stories weren't necessarily quite so intricate. Therefore, they were easier to convey. And it was really all about the scare, not so much about the story. I like the simplicity of those earlier events.
Yeah. You should check out. It's a little bit step up from Horror Nights, but check out McCamey Manor.
No, shut up.
You should go there. It's a little jump scary too.
Chris, it doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, really?
Yes, I've interviewed Russ McCamey.
No, I remember that.
Yeah,
he's not. Did he go to jail or something?
I don't know whether he did, but McCamey Manor does not exist anymore. I know 2 people who went through McCamey Manor.
Yeah. One of
Really?
them, yeah.
Yes, the video's still on his website.
All right, save that for the bonus.
Okay.
Which house did we go through where the girls screamed in my ear?
Oh God, many of them. I can't remember. I think it wasn't that Galkin.
I apologize for that, Tracy.
No, it wasn't.
All right.
She gripped onto me. She screamed at me. I didn't even react. That's how dead inside I am.
Might have been Fallout.
Can't have been Fallout. Fallout didn't have... I think it was Fallout. You're right, yeah. She screamed blue murder in my ear. And I
then
didn't
apologised, didn't she? I'm sorry.
I didn't even react to that.
Yeah.
It's like, really? But, yeah.
Wow. All right, Chris, what's your number 3?
All right. Let's do the meat and potatoes. Number 3, Dolls Let's Play Dead.
What?
Wow.
I'm off this podcast
I can't. I talked about this house so much. I love this house to death.
Chris has just proved why I always say Chris is the wild card, because like, what the
let him speak,
I don't
because
see how
I need
this
to
is such
see.
a wild card.
Because it's terrible.
Opinion.
Because you're the only one that has it in the top 5 out of the 4 of us.
And it would have been higher if it wasn't for 2 of the other houses.
Jason up there.
Yeah, but
That's true.
I understand why Chris has no reason. This has no reason to be in anybody's top 3.
Every reason. All right. This house, when they first announced Dolls Let's Play Dead, I was like, dolls. It's going to be, little dolls around. No, like we are the size of the dolls. And now everything is life size. And there's something creepy about that. It's so weird seeing what would be something that fits in your hand now the same size as you. I also love the... That could be taken. I know.
Tracy and I's brains have just gone there because you wish something that used to fit in your hand was now the same size as you.
Where was I?
We are such children.
Of course we are.
I don't know. Like everything about this house, I loved. From the rat trap in the beginning, just it sets up like, oh, I'm small, and then you go through and you have these.
Small.
The other thing too, and again, I don't get scared. I wish I did. But I do appreciate and love creepy things, like more so than scary things. And this house was just creepy from beginning to end. Like there's something about seeing some of these dolls because you have like a human, like a regular dude playing a doll, and the way the makeup is, I can't describe it. It just, my brain wants to think that's a real person, but then like some creepy scientist did like something to them, right? And that's kind of how I look at all these different dolls in this house, and kind of going through like the oven room.
That was pretty cool. I'll give you that.
Love the aesthetics of that. I love how like the body, for me at least, it felt warmer. I don't know if it was warmer in there.
The body
but like
felt
my
warm?
brain, like, oh, there was a body in there.
What was there?
Yeah, there's like when you walk through that room, as the oven turns on and then the little chime happens, a Barbie doll creature person comes out with the face melted. Like,
yeah, but that's not a body. I thought you meant like a body on the floor.
No. Just like one of the scare actors.
Yes, which was pretty cool, actually. I did like that bit.
Yeah, and then also that weird, creepy video that they play in the background. Love that. Have no idea what's going on.
It's the little girl, isn't it?
It's the little girl.
Hang on, but that is not a little girl. If you look at the makeup on that little girl, that is not a little girl.
But that's who it's supposed to be. She has a name, and I can't remember what she's called.
Yeah. You see the dead rat later on in the house from the beginning, the rat trap that caught only its tail.
Yeah, I see it in 3 parts, don't you?
Yeah, you also see its body, and then its head pokes out of a
the head.
hole.
Yes. Yeah, the head. Yeah, I don't know. I thoroughly enjoyed that house. It was so much fun. Obviously, like everybody else has said, it's kind of like Toy Story, like twisted and sadistic, and I love all that.
Little cool thing though that it was in there. So where the battery pack was, did you all notice it was the brand of the batteries?
No.
Buzzkill.
All right. Nice.
I like that little tie-in.
Ah, nice.
It did. I mean, I'll give it its due. It did have interactive bits.
I'll give it its due. It was pretty poor. It's one of the worst. It's still one of the worst. Even though it's above the Y at 6.5 for me, it's still one of the worst houses.
See, I don't know whether it's because I raised a child that's what their dollhouse looked like, that it's not creepy to me. It's just like normal.
I'm shocked, Chris. But again, I'm not shocked, and I am shocked.
This is why we have menus.
This is why we have Chris on the show. It takes me back to 2019 when he had like Depths of Fear as high up as he did, and we all had it low down. Like, what the hell?
Depths of Fear.
I hated that
I like Depths of Fear.
I hated it.
Was that the one with the drowning tortoise?
No, that was Monsters. Yes. Why do you keep saying
I
no?
don't
That was Monsters.
Because that was like the underwater bit.
There was a creature from the Black Lagoon section.
Wait, was this the one with the water trough and the
yes, that Nina kept sticking her fingers in? It was terrible.
I didn't get that house.
It was terrible. That's why.
It felt funny. It smelled funny. Anyway, got PTSD.
Tracy, what's your number 3?
My number 3 is Gulkin.
I knew you'd have that high up.
Yeah, from the second I walked into this house, I loved it. I feel like it should be higher, but it can't be for reasons.
I mean, I know what your number 2 and 1 are at this point, so
I bet you don't.
I bet I do.
Vikings and bloody murder and some really great kills in there. The bit around the Wicker Man, that screen, that projection on the screen before you see that burning effigy, has one of my favourite kills of the whole event, with the head getting ripped off.
Oh, that you kept every time. It's like, make sure you stop and watch that kill on the screen because it's the best one.
It really was.
I don't remember seeing that at all.
So it was just was it just before the Wicker Man,
left,
or just after?
And the Wicker Man was just on your right as he turned. There was so much energy in this house, and little nods and things at the dining table. There was like the parents are dead,
with a line straight out of Blood Moon, by the way.
With the blood eagle done there. I thought it was a very picturesque house. I just loved it. So it's my number 3.
All right.
That doesn't surprise me.
No,
you had that
I do have a question though, because I'm racking my brains. There is one house where you literally come round a right angle corner and there's a lurch scare. Someone comes over like a wall at you, and I'm trying to remember as you go like into the next scene, and I can't remember which house it was.
Don't know.
Because that's the one where I got headbutted. It was quite funny.
I don't remember that either.
UUOP is brought to you by the Producers Club. Join today and get bonus episodes, the chance to be a guest host, birthday shoutouts on air, be part of our awesome Facebook community, and more. Head over to uuop.supercast.com to subscribe. Shameless plug.
All right. Now we're getting juicy here. Number 2. I will start out. My number 2 is El Artista, A Spanish Haunting.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah. It actually does surprise me. You want to know why? Because my first run through of that house, and I believe it was when I was with Chris. I think it was when I was with Chris on media night, was terrible.
Really?
Do you remember that, Chris?
Yeah, I do. Because did we even get the flying gargoyle? We didn't, right?
No.
Yeah.
I think we were between cast changes because there was like
that was the one, because it's in the video. I remember us saying, like, you even mentioned like it felt like there was a cast change, and literally as we're walking out, you see the cast coming in. Yes,
yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, we literally got like no scares. Not even scares, but like saw no people almost. Wow. It was so bad.
See, I find that strange. Media night, you'd think that's when they'd be going all out. Like, we watched the walkthroughs from Paging Mr. Morrow, and there's like a few lackluster scare actors, and it's like, if you're going to be on your A game, tonight is when you're on your A game.
Well, I mean, either way, they still have to alternate every 45 minutes. So it's just, we caught it literally right in between the change.
That sucks.
See, I've got thoughts about those things.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. I mean, is there not a way for them to stagger? Like, do they have to change the entire cast all at the same time? Can they
Tracy,
not like
go for it? We talked about Tracy. It's been a bugbear of Tracy's for this entire season.
So there are rat runs in there. Why can you not take the cast that is replacing and have them stood behind? You pause the flow of people,
which
you pause the conga line long enough for the two actors to swap places, then resume, because then you're not interrupting anybody. You're not going to have any empty boo holes. Cast A are leaving. Right. Cast B have already stepped in place. Cast A are leaving while the conga line resumes. It seems pretty simple to me.
Because it's weird, because they lead the whole A cast out. They'll pause the line, because we had it happen to us it was either Galcan or Fallout, where we stopped for like 3 minutes. But then they let us go as soon as they took the first cast out, rather than cast out, cast in, now go. So we were already starting to go through it while the B cast was coming in.
Yeah, I think it should be cast in place, cast out.
Honestly, just hold the line.
Yeah,
for like
and hold the line at the same time. Exactly.
Yeah.
You sat there, think about this, and just, I mean, I know you agree. You wait in line for 200 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
If I have to go through this and not see half the actors, I am going to lose my
Imagine if that's your only chance to go through a house.
100%.
And potentially people have that issue.
Oh, yeah, no, not potentially. Yeah, it has to happen multiple times,
because of how much express passes are now. Not everyone can afford it. Not everyone can go multiple nights. Not everyone's down there for multiple nights. So you might literally get a run through each house once. And if you hit it wrong on a cast change, you will get a terrible run through.
Yeah. It seems like that whole process could be rethought.
Yeah.
But anyway, back to El Artista.
Yes.
So my first run through of this was terrible. The sets were amazing. Like that's all I got to see, right?
Yep.
I wasn't being scared. So I got to literally like really pay attention to the sets, which are incredible. So this was that house, right? This was that beautiful house that we've come to expect every year. This was the Blood Moon. This was the Dead Men's Pier. And actually it was done by the same designer.
Yeah, Dylan Corlaff.
Yeah. So beautiful, beautiful
Stunning.
house. Luckily, I went through it a couple more times after that,
Yep.
and it was incredible. Like seriously incredible. If you were able to get it with all of the correct scares and a full cast, it was really, really not just a beautiful house, but an awesome house. The storyline was cool. I wish that they would have developed that whole conservatory theme a little bit more into the entire event. I think that would have been cool for the event to feel more cohesive, because that's an awesome theme.
Yeah.
But yeah, the set pieces were awesome. The scares were unique. There were some cool effects in there. It's always an awesome house when there's somebody on a freaking bungee line jumping or flying in some way. And that gargoyle that flew overhead was so cool. So yeah, that's it. It went from literally like probably bottom 3 to my number 2.
That's what I love about these houses, though. But then also, Michelle, exactly like you say, because we can go multiple times, getting that crappy run through then potentially makes subsequent run-throughs even better, because you're going with such low expectations that the next time, if you get that perfect run-through, you're like, oh my God, where the hell did that come from? Nightingale's Blood Prayer, whichever one, 2019 for us, the first run-through, we were like, that house is awful. And then we went through it again, and the cast was fully stacked, and we came out going, holy crap.
Yeah, we got it then.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, number 2. Chris, what's your number 2?
Don't let me down, Chris. Don't let me down.
My number 2.
I have a feeling I know what it's going to be, and he's going to let me down.
See, I don't know what the last show was.
Hatchet and Chains.
Hey, he didn't let me down.
Yeah, it's been talked about already. I'll add just a little bit to it. I love this house.
Agreed.
It is. I agree. Like it's the fun, jokey house, but obviously it comes from Slaughter Cinema, and that's what that kind of is, right? All those that come out. Every single run through I've been in this house has been phenomenal. And even when there was like some cast missing, I still had a great run through. As long as I get that intro, the rest of the house is it's gravy.
Yeah.
Because it's just, I love the fact that they have that lady outside. You're not even in the house yet, and you're already getting a tone set. You're getting a live actor. It's so good. She is so good. And I it's just weird, because every single time I ran through there, she would deadlock me in the eyes.
Yeah.
Like it was so, I loved it. Right. And even on the first run through for media night, if you've seen the video that we posted up on our Instagram, like she's just staring straight at the camera, and it was fantastic. And she is properly creepy. And then I think it's one of my favorite scares in a house is, you're going in there, you see this demon coming, through the fire pit, and then you get to see the backside of that, and you have, Chains there, right? That was Chains?
Yes.
Yeah, that was Chains fighting him off, talking to you, and then something coming from behind. It was so good. It's such a well thought out scare.
It really is.
And then just the rest, like I said, the rest of the house is just gravy at that point, because I'm already just so happy with what I've seen so far in the house. Bravo. I'm so glad we keep on getting these A1 houses out of Slaughter Cinema. And I love that it's just this giant bag of houses that Universal can keep on pulling from. And if they keep on putting this effort into it, we have a lot of great Slaughter Cinema houses in our future.
Agreed.
Definitely.
All right. Well, Tracy,
Yes.
give us your number 2.
My number 2 is El Artista.
Really? Did you mention that? I must have
What
missed
did you-
Hatchet
what
and
were you
Chains.
about to
I don't
mouth
know.
there?
Hatchet and Chains.
What, my number 4?
I don't know. I'm not paying attention.
Because I said Hatchet, and you were like, no, I was Chains.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Everything Michelle's been saying, this is a stunningly beautiful house. As soon as I saw the wisteria, I was in, because it's a very symbolic plant. It's toxic. And I hope, I saw that facade, which beautiful, and I want that raven holding a lamp, by the way. They need to sell me that. I hope that the wisteria will be all the way through, and I wasn't let down. I don't know whether any of you know about wisteria. I don't know.
I know that it was the lane that the Desperate Housewives lived on.
Wow.
Not even a pity laugh from them two.
I think they've left. I would as well.
We have left the podcast.
Yes. So
Fine. I know, I won't say that.
I don't know whether this is intentional. I'm assuming that it is, because they don't
I don't
tend
think
to
anything
do anything without intention.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, wisteria. it has a long lifespan. So it symbolises longevity, immortality, infinity, which I think you can see throughout that whole house, how old everything is. There's also the fact that the vine itself is destructive. Because it grows rapidly, it strangles everything. And you saw that because it was taking over the house. The further you went through, the more wisteria there was.
Yeah, there was one right at the end, wasn't there, where the guy was up in the vines.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then you've got the actual wisteria character that's coming out. I just thought that was fantastic. And because I'm interested in all this sort of crap, the Victorians believed that wisteria was symbolic. It was a warning of being aware of being overly passionate and obsession, which I think really,
which is what, that's
really
very
fits
much
with the
Sergio
whole
Navarro's thing was.
Yeah. So I found that really interesting. So the fact that that theme was continued throughout the house really pleased me, and some great use of Pepper's Ghost in there. Like we said, the gargoyles. Although you say there's nothing better than the gargoyle swinging across the top. That one time I went through and he misstepped, or she misstepped, and actually did a twirl as they went over. That was hilarious. even the person who was like ushering the conga line through was laughing. There was some great, I will say, attempted scares, because I don't get scared. But from start to finish, it was cohesive. It was beautiful.
Not Alexa screaming, "No, it wasn't. I don't understand the story in that house. How dare you?"
Well, now you do.
Sorry,
a bit
Alexa.
more.
Sounds just like her.
There was some. I mean, I'm completely missing out the entire artist story as well, which is all about his descent and his descent into madness. His stories come alive and basically embody all this demonic stuff going on. There was some great effects in that house. I loved the pictures as you walked in, where you got the artist drawing, you got the pictures where they're coming out, which distracted from the stilt scare behind you, which then you get a scene, like the next scene as well. I mean, any other year, this would have been number one by a country mile, but sadly,
I forgot. I forgot the guy's name until I walked through the house with Lee.
Sergio Navarro.
And he's just screaming the whole time. Sergio
Navarro.
Navarro.
You'll have heard that if you listened to the episode that came out 2 weeks ago.
Navarro.
Yeah, I shouted that scream like twice as we walked past him.
I'll be honest, it did elevate the house for me when you did that.
I love that El Artista was a house that on our hype lists we all had fairly low because it screamed. What was the house from last year? The Rotting Stone one that we were all like, that was terrible. Black Museum, was it called Black Museum? Something like that. Whatever the one from, it was about the Rotting Stone that we kind of said, oh, that sounds like that house, and that house last year was terrible. I don't even remember that house.
Obviously, it was so
bad. We didn't go through it because we didn't go, did we?
There we go then.
And
that's why you don't know.
We watched the walkthrough of it and it looked terrible, and a lot of people
Museum
agreed.
Deadly Exhibit.
That's the one. We had this one. We
so
had
bad.
El Artista low down because it kind of screamed that. And yet, I think I agree. Any other year would have been number one.
So, Lee, what was your number two?
My number two was Hatchet and Chains.
Okay, that's a surprise.
But it was honestly walking through it behind Chris and Tracy when I mic'd them up for that walkthrough, and then watching them sort of point things out that I hadn't noticed before. But I agree with Michelle. It's very much the comedy house from this year, but just so well done. Like, I agree that not a scare, but that set piece at the beginning with the lava demon coming through the fireplace, and then you go around the other side, and Chain's like, "Not this day, you're not," and then Hatchet behind you on his dead horse.
Yeah.
I loved. No one's mentioned it yet. I loved the lava demon's masks. That kind of lit up, and I'm assuming it's that next Bluetooth, like that next evolution of that Bluetooth technology that they used in Dueling Dragons 2 years ago.
Makes sense.
Their masks were really cool. I loved the room with the train going past. Like Chris said, that you could interact with those characters as well, and it goes back to what I said earlier about going later in the event and them learning their timings on stuff, that it allows them more for you to be able to play around with them and them interact with you back. It was just, again, another house that any other year could have been number one. But because of what is, and I'm pretty confident in saying it's all our number ones, says a lot about how strong the number one house was this year.
You forgot to mention your favorite thing about this house.
That picture that looks like
of me?
Chris, but doesn't.
The picture of me.
It looks like anyone with a big black beard and a tash and a hat.
Thank you.
Doesn't look like me.
I can't remember the last time we did one of these rankings where we all had the same number one.
I know. Crazy.
Okay, house number 1. Everybody say it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Terrifier.
Terrifier! Woohoo!
Oh my
That
God.
is no.
Oh my God. Just...
Everything I wanted.
if you were like, so this is what a lot of our issue is. We go in on our hype list with a preconceived idea of what every house is going to be. And whether that house ends up being where it is on your hype list, on your ranking list, is how close it is to your initial preconception. Which is why this one is number 1, because it hits every beat you would want a Terrifier house to hit.
Yes.
Yep.
10 out of 10, a perfect house.
Agreed.
Yep,
Apart from...
There is nothing I would change.
I
literally
disagree.
Loved it every time.
Me too. Go
that
on.
wet and dry path serves absolutely no purpose whatsoever.
Why?
Because why does it? What's the point in it? It has nothing to do with Terrifier at all. It's just an excuse to put a
Because
wet
some
path
people,
in.
because
Adding
some people
experience.
may not want to get soaked.
Yeah, but why have a wet path?
Because it's
So I didn't
awesome.
see part 3.
It's
Is
a
there
symphony of
anything?
gore.
Is there anything that in the movie where it's like raining blood?
No.
No.
Or any of the movies?
Nope.
No? Which
That's what I
hold on.
don't get. I have no issue with it, but it
Yeah.
just it feels like they wanted to do that, and
Well, why
this was
not?
the house that it fit in, even though
No.
it doesn't really. That's my only gripe.
No, it's not really a gripe. It's only because the movies are so gory. Like you think of Terrifier, and even before I watched Terrifier, and I would hear the title Terrifier. That's what everybody said. It's so gory,
Which it is.
So it just
And how do you know it's not in part 4?
I was going to say that.
that's true.
I guarantee you're going to see a symphony of blood, even if it wasn't supposed to be in there. He's going to be like, "Oh, that's kind of fun. Let's do that."
Okay.
It's fun. It also gives a reason for Art to be up there, and he is trying to get everyone to go through the wet path.
Yeah.
And that is the
Yeah,
best
yeah, yeah.
the best bit in any house this year, because again, going back to what I was saying about being able to interact with the actors, he was so interactive.
Very much so.
Now, Michelle, did you go through it this last time?
6
yeah, like on your
times.
last Horror Nights. I know we went through it together.
Of
did
course.
you? Okay. Did you go down the wet path?
Yeah.
Insane difference from when we went.
Oh yeah.
through.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Like,
still
when-
wasn't like uncomfortably soaked or anything, but
Really?
yeah, it
We
was
got drenched.
much
Pretty
wetter.
damn wet.
Yeah,
it
we
was
did.
like coming down.
Yeah.
As opposed to the little drips that we had on
Yeah.
opening weekend.
Yeah, we got soaked.
Yeah, no, it was definitely much worse than it was opening weekend.
I'm still laughing at our second run through of it, which was our last house of our first night. And I'd got my stick out by this point because my back was hurting. So I was giving myself extra support. And I'm still laughing over the fact
Me too.
that I got to that point and it was heavier rain than it was the first time I went through at the beginning of the night. And it went straight down my neck. And I basically went, this, picked my stick up and ran. So anybody who'd watched me hobble through that house was just like, she's a
Oh,
fraud.
it was hilarious.
Yeah.
It
A big
lit-
fat phony.
Yeah, it literally hit and ran straight down my neck, and I was like literally down my TMI, but down my back and straight to my butt crack.
Lovely.
That's how bad it was, and I was like, I'm off.
We had a run through. We had a run through that house one night where that's the house we did the most. I think we
Oh,
did it
yeah.
6 times.
I'd have done that over and over.
And we only ever saw Art. So we had one run through. I think it was our second or third run throughs, and Santa Art was like hanging around in the facade.
The third one.
And we only ever saw him once there, and he comes over to me, licks his fingers,
That was after he interacted with me,
and
so I
then
was in front of you.
goes on the top of my head, like polishing the top of my head. Like there was tons of interaction like that. The mirror scare was the best one in the whole house because he was super interactive as well.
Yeah. I blew him a kiss and he caught it and held it to his heart.
Oh my god, I'm going to dream about that house for the rest of my life.
Honestly,
It
I
was
had
so
so many
good.
Christmas
It really
decorations.
was.
I came up with Christmas decorating ideas because of that.
Right? What, you're going to use Lee's intestines?
Yeah. Yeah.
Again?
Yeah.
Just walking through, stop on by the Clown
Yeah,
Cafe.
couldn't
Like
help but sing and
everybody
dance
singing it.
through.
It was amazing.
I loved it. Absolutely loved it.
It was
You
so
know-
good. This was a house that I believe anyone can enjoy, whether or not
Yes.
they have seen
Agreed?
the
I agree.
movie.
Yes.
I was about to say
However-
this. It's your description that you said earlier.
Okay. However, for those who have seen the movie and love it, it was a dream.
It
It
really
really
was.
was.
It was every single scene that I would want in the house
Yeah.
from the movies was in there. Every
Yeah.
single one.
And I was very happily proven wrong because there was a scene in there that I said they would never show. And they
To be
didn't.
fair,
It was modified.
the boyfriend
but
in
they
the
showed
shower.
it. Yeah.
There was no balls there, but we still got
He
to
was
see
still
him.
getting
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
chainsaw
Well,
blade.
and
yeah.
the upside down girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was there getting sawed in half.
Even with a bra.
So they put it up there in a creative way.
Yeah.
But
Well,
she
it's
was
'cause
up there.
Yeah, but she was there as a mannequin as well. But they put a bra on her
Yeah.
so you couldn't see her boobies.
But also, that was the one where to the right of that art came out and he had the
the
body
skin
costume on.
one,
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
I would kill to go
It
through
was
the house
so good.
again.
I think I would quite comfortably put this in. I know we haven't been to Horror Nights that much
I think it's my
in the
favourite
grand
house
scheme
ever.
of things, but I would comfortably put this in my top 5 of all time.
My
So
favourite
good.
ever. We never ever went through the dry route.
I mean, and it was so long. It was such a long house.
It was.
It was.
Yes. Oh, no, it wasn't long enough.
No. And the little, what's she called, the little clown girl, silent girl? Is that what she was called? Silent
Vicky.
girl. No, Vicky was
The pale girl then.
pale girl.
Pale girl.
One of
Oh,
the
yeah.
one of the actors for that looked exactly like the actor in the movie. It was
She really
Which
did.
one's
and
Pale
it was
Girl? Is that-
uncanny.
Just
That's
a
not
little.
The
the
little
female
girl.
clown.
Yes.
yes,
Oh.
No, the little
Yeah.
the little version
Yeah.
of art.
yeah.
I wonder because I was literally just at a Terrifier panel at a con like 2 weeks before I went this past week, and it looked just like her.
It really did.
Like, just like her.
It can't be though, because when you think how old that film is,
She lives in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's not unplausible that she could have been there.
You would have thought they would have announced it at this point if they had, because Alexa Bliss did the WWE house.
it
a
wasn't
couple of
just
weeks
one
ago,
night though.
didn't
We
she?
saw over a few nights.
Yeah, but even so.
And then there was the Vicky, where you came through, there's a big spot, so you're like in the tunnel of love and stuff like that. There's a Vicky just before you leave the scene on the right, and every single time she got right in my face, she was really good.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was everything I wanted a Terrifier house to be. Because, like, you
And
know,
more.
like,
Yep.
because how big of fans we are, especially me, Tracy, and Michelle, like, huge fans of Terrifier. So you go back to something like The Last of Us 3 years ago, huge fans, and that house fell flat on its face for me entirely. This, perfect.
It was like almost the centre point where he went through where he was, I don't remember the character's name, on the bed chopping her up.
Oh, yeah, I can't remember.
He was one of the best interactive arts. One of them is taking the wig off and put it on his own head. He was offering like the bleach to people to sprinkle on. He was so good. And there was little things I liked, like on one side when he walked through it, there'd be like a barrel that said bleach, obviously handwritten on. And then if you look the opposite side, it said not bleach. And it was like, if it's not bleach, what is it?
Yeah.
It was so much fun. So much
The
fun.
perfect house.
And it stunk.
Oh, it was
Dude,
so
that
bad.
the room.
Yeah. I'll tell you what I liked about Horror Nights this year, and it's something we've complained about a lot over the last 5 or 6 years. There wasn't many static figures. I like that they've started, and I'm not talking about animatronics or puppets or whatever, but there was a lot of just static, that would be static figures normally, that they put actuators in just to give them some movement. So like the Vicky in the bath.
Yeah.
It was just a head moving back and forward, but in previous years I feel like that would have just been a static figure. The same with the guys who had been hanged in hatchet and chains. They'd kind of put, so they were like
so they're
wiggling
wiggling,
back
yeah.
and forwards, whereas I think in
yeah.
previous years they would have been static figures. There
Yeah.
was very few just mannequins this year.
In the shit room, so the middle one was obviously the tube down the throat for the rats. I did have a little smile though, because if you look closely at the rats, they look like the little cute plush ones, they're similar to IKEA style
ones. I
ones.
knew you were going to say that.
I thought that was quite cute. Well, we always go mad for rats anyway, don't we, in
I
films?
could gush about this house all night.
Yeah, I really could. Love it.
So good.
Yes.
It was so good.
I just wish we could have gone, the 3 of us, through
I
it,
know.
because it would have been awesome.
Or the 4 of us.
Oh, the 4 of us, yeah.
Yes, would be even better. 5 of us. All of us. Everybody.
Awesome. Yep. Awesome. All right. Well, there you have it.
Yeah.
You'll hear my rankings again on Rush of Fear. Sorry, guys. All right. Well, for now, that is going to wrap up this podcast. Don't forget, we want you to rate the Freeze Ray Pops and send in your recordings, as well as your How Bad is Fast and Furious supercharged jokes. And don't forget to send in your HHN34 house rankings from 10 to 1 and send all of that to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. See you next week.
That's the end of another stellar episode of UUOP. Use the Flu Network to give you access to us on Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, TikTok, and Pinterest. Just search UUO Podcast. And check out our blog at uuopodcast.com for everything else. Send your owls to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com. And if you want to join the Producers Club, jump down the warp pipe at uuop.supercast.com. It's alive on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere else that podcasts are found. So please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you can. Dragons aren't the only way to get around. Email Michelle at portkeyvacations.com. She can take care of all aspects of your next Universal Orlando vacation. Listen to them, Children of the Night, the children of the UUOP network. Rush of Fear, Halloween Horror Nights podcast, the theme park duo for all your West Coast news and info, the Taste of Universal, Universal Orlando food podcast, and the Portkey Passport, an adult-centric Disney podcast. Make sure to subscribe and come back next week because in the end, it turns out all we needed was a little more of this.